energizing combo sets. Hearty noodles. Waterfall soup.
When I was 15, the thought of an apocalypse never troubled me. The only thing I couldn't give up, even in the face of the world's end, was the sunset on that beach. Watching the sun gently slide into the water's embrace, or fireworks dancing on the canvas of the night sky. Even if tomorrow weren't better, it wouldn't be worse, I thought. When you're reading this letter, I imagine much has changed. Whether it's yourself or the world.
Starlight Night Transformation! It's a promise. Let's protect our home together.
A falling star deserves no home.
Good evening, internets. It is 11:15. Actually, it's 11:10 p.m. Malaysian Standard Time. This is Jared from Bimji Streams. We are going to be streaming Zenless Zone Zero tonight. The new game from Hoyoverse. It just came out, and I kind of just want to get my raw first impressions out. And maybe walk through this little process of processing games that I sort of put into practice whenever I play. So I'm going to talk as I go along as much as I can, and talk about the process as much as I can. I don't know how good the experience is going to be because, so here's the thing. I've spoken to a number of people about how specifically I process games and I process game design. And a number of people have talked about how they could only process game design if they switch on and off their game design brain, meaning that they can't enjoy games and process games at the same time. I've explained that, at least for me, the experience is one in the same. Like, I process games and enjoy games together in more or less lockstep with each other, and it's sort of the two experiences are intertwined in such a way for me that it's not separate experiences for me. So I'm going to try and talk through how I see first impressions when I play games, and the first impressions I have of games when I play them, and maybe. Oh shit, I just realized I haven't changed the scrolling text for a bit. Let me just turn that off completely. Give me a short while, yeah? Let me just turn that off completely. Yeah, I'm just going to turn off the scrolling text because I forgot I did it, and I'm just going to leave it be. Right, so yeah. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how I process games from the experience, from my view as a game designer. And how my process sort of works. And keep in mind, like, what happens is that usually my first impressions form the framework in which I follow up with the further questions. And the more I usually go through the game, the more I re-examine some of my first impressions, and the more I question whether they make sense. So what I want to do with this run through, because I've actually not consumed any media from Zenless Zone Zero at all. Like, I've consumed some. Like, the title of this video is very much a earworm, and it was because they had a PV, which was, the music was just really, really nice. I kind of really dig it. That's kind of got me a little curious. But I've never seen, like, much gameplay videos. I've not seen people play it. I've heard comments about how this is a multiplayer game and stuff like that. I really don't know how it'll turn out. Hoyoverse hasn't exactly had a lot of games under their wing that very well pushes multiplayers, the multiplayer experience. So this could be their new foray into it. And like most companies that, you know, try out something new, they usually have some bumps. But to their credit, I usually will give Hoyoverse a little bit more leeway, partially because they've shown that they are willing to try and figure out ways to improve the experience as much as they could. So we'll see how that goes. Once again, a lot of things that we'll learn and we'll see along the ways. Which brings me to my final caveat with these. With specific live service games, especially live service games of a certain production quality and certain production value, the first few things that I tend to look for are things like, oh, how well is this current execution? How is it comparable to anything else in the market? And very specifically, how far can it expand? Like, does it have enough good ideas that it can be expanded upon? Does it introduce them well enough that you can sort of see what the next steps could be? It gets you curious enough. That was sort of the mindset that I had when I first went into Genshin. When I first went into Genshin, there was a lot of me being curious about, oh, how can a company maintain this level of production quality for live service production? Because Genshin's quality is just insane, right? And the short answer is that yes, you can if you have a lot of money. Which for what it's worth, Hoyoverse has sort of proven themselves in that regards, right? So like a lot of the fans have given them a shit ton of money, and they've taken that money and reinvested it in really, really good ways. So, you know, good for them, good for the players, everyone's happy, you know, that kind of thing. Then, you know, when it comes to this one, same caveat. I'm gonna go in just curious to see in part how well, not only the ideas that they put in here, but like how well they keep it through the years, like in the coming like months leading up to a year. You won't see me stream all the time on this. I don't want to make it a point to stream Hoyoverse stuff, in part because the release schedules are kind of a little unforgiving, and for me to keep up with it becomes a little bit of a job, which I don't want to turn this into. It's very taxing, it's really exhausting, and as much as I kind of like playing games, but I want to play it at my own pace. So like how like how, for example, when I was playing Hades, right, I took all that effort to make sure I don't do any story progression, but I couldn't even stop myself from actually wanting to play it, and I still stuck in a couple of games outside. So that's some stuff that's gonna happen, that's bound to happen, and I don't want to be shackled by the need to stream every story beat that comes on. I tried to do that with Genshin. I had a horrible experience as an end result of that, and yeah, I just don't want to do that again. Right, so with all that out of the way, let's start and try out Zenless Zone Zero. By the way, offhand, first off, like Zenless Zone Zero is sort of a new IP, and to Hoyoverse's credit, they have been very like unabashed about trying that out, which is constantly trying to push out new IPs, new stuff from their own end. They're not thinking about like, oh, I want to borrow an IP from someone else. They're like, I want to build something on my own, which is great for them. Really, really great for them. In this current media landscape where so many people like to do sequels and like to do collabs to try and like leverage on stronger IPs, I've been on the receiving end of too many conversations where so many questions come like, oh, but where's the IP? You know, like we're making games and they're like, oh, where's the IP? And there's so many people with so little ambition to want to go, oh, I want to build an IP from scratch, or I want to build something that's truly ours, you know? Like they rather leverage on pre-existing IPs. Not to say that that's a huge problem, but it's always good that, you know, Hoyoverse actually bothers themselves with a new IP. So yeah. Let's go. I'm sorry, forgot. So let's go. Small side note, like while we're watching the load screen and stuff, there is a bit of a missed opportunity here where they could have had the like they could have had the UX of the load screen actually show on the VCR. It's a bit of a missed opportunity. Not a huge problem, but just a bit of a missed opportunity. Why is the cutscene not showing? Why is the cutscene not showing? I have a problem.
Over there! Go!
There we go. Man, that was annoying. Had to set the Windows.
Yes. Citizens, I'm the head of the Janus Quarters Public Security, currently conducting an operation on 14th Street. I regret to inform everyone our operation has been disrupted due to the appearance of a hollow.
So, for what it's worth, this is really nice, natural English lines. Like, this feels good.
I'd like to to remind the public, we are in pursuit of the Red Fang Gang, the group responsible for the terrorist attack on the Research Institute.
So a small note though. I actually never tried. Okay, it's just skip and auto. Okay. I've not tried to change the language setting on this game yet, so should I? I'm not sure. I usually, so for all of Oyo versus games so far, I've mostly played it with English text, Chinese voice acting, because I've always felt like they know the writing best that way. But so far this looks pretty good, and this feels pretty natural.
These are dangerous dudes. I mean, criminals. Particularly their leader, Miguel Silver. Everyone should remain vigilant. I'm pissed! And this station's report, I can't listen to this anymore! Those criminals need to get...
It feels really natural for what it's worth, right?
As soon as we find them, we should just get them all, and then them again!
Pretty good.
Excuse me, Mr. Reporter. I'm still giving a briefing on the case. Let me... I don't give a mother... Listen here, you Red Fang mother... Don't think the Hollow can protect you. The Public Security's Air Force is on the way. You're... Is that right, officer?
There's a window! Boss, we can get out this way!
But that's a hollow down there. Fine, a way out is a way out. Can you break the glass, Billy?
Easy! Leave it to me!
Billy's voice does not sound like how I would imagine a guy in that mask would sound. But then again, I think it's not fair to come in with my preconceptions like that.
It bounced off. This glass must be tough.
So much for really natural voice acting.
Damn, I knew it wouldn't be that easy. This window is...
Okay, let me turn on the auto so that like I can like the text can go on in the pace that the game designers decided it should go. Because I feel like the tapping is like kind of ruining it a little bit.
You won't be able to break it. The cunning hairs dot job agency. Why? Why would you steal from the Red Fang Gang? My men went through so much trouble to...
You stole the strongbox from the Institute. We're just returning it to its rightful owner. Hey! Don't make it sound like we're the bad guys.
We're all trying to get by on the same streets. Why? Why would you be helping the cops?
Okay, I've got to put this one up. I don't know why. This is kind of weird because like thankfully we can do this, so this is kind of cool.
You stole the strongbox from the Institute. We're just returning it to its rightful owner. Hey! Don't make it sound like we're the bad guys.
Why is this reversed? Seriously, wouldn't it feel so much more natural for it to be the other way around? But this is feel weird.
Why?
It should be like this. Like,
why would you steal from the Red Fang Gang?
okay, so this is weird. This is not set up really nicely because we don't know who the Red Fang Gang is. We assume from a reporter's interaction earlier that it would be something that's a huge thing, and you know, hey, they're threatening stuff. So the guy is like, you know, confused and sad and all that kind of stuff. That's fine.
My men went through so much trouble to...
So this pace is fine. This pacing is fine. The comic style, everything fits. This flow is good.
You stole the strongbox from the Institute. We're just returning it to its rightful owner.
Why
Hey!
wouldn't
Don't make it sound
this
like
be
we're
flipped?
the bad guys.
Why wouldn't it be? Why would you run through all that trouble to steal from Red Fang Gang? And then why wouldn't the immediate response be, hey, don't make it sound like we're the bad guys. You stole the strongbox from the Institute. We're just returning it to the rightful owner. Isn't that better? I don't know why that's not what it is. Weird.
We're all trying to get by on the same streets. Why? Why would you be helping the cops?
Sorry, but it's not public security that commissioned us. And also, that's none of your business anyway.
Of course it is! They had people steal from my territory! So I have to teach them a lesson!
So I think back everything about like the English feeling natural is it's starting to feel weird already here at this point.
Why don't you just give it back to me? It's so important to us.
And
I'm willing to exchange it for your lives.
I'm not even referring to
So you
the
need the whole
over dramatization
thing
for the fun
armed
of
and
it.
Ready to handle 3 people? This is the Silver Tears? It's even weirder than the rumors. Wait, is that a flashbang?
Correct. It's a GS2 high-lumen military flashbang. The blast is quite strong.
Awesome! Time to wake up, Billy.
What? Eyes open, everyone! Say cheese! Oh, my eyes! So you choose to resist? In that case, I have no choice but to kill you all!
That was gorgeous, by the way. That was just downright gorgeous.
You've made a mistake, mister. We aren't your enemy. That is.
Falcon 4 to Commander, we've arrived at the source of the light and found the Red Fang Gang. Repeat, we found the Red Fang Gang. Awaiting orders.
Boss, it's the Air Force! That flashbang just now, it was to attract the helicopter!
You finally noticed? Now it's your turn to choose, you crybaby.
Okay, I have a problem with this. Once again, this is probably me triggered a little too easily triggered, but I don't think they've ever sort of foreshadowed the Air Force. Like if they did, that flashbang thing would feel a lot better. This is sort of Deus Ex Machina-esque.
You can stay and fight us, and then get caught by public security. Or you can run, and we all get to live.
Damn you! Cutting hairs!
It's in a hare's nature to avoid getting caught. Don't hold it against me.
What? You found the Red Fang? Then what are you waiting for, Commander? Pick the biggest gun and rain down justice! Falcon 4, attack order received.
We're done for.
Okay, I might.
I wanna file a complaint!
Some micro reservations over how that's set up. Is it because it's too much? Is it too much info? Like too much of an info dump? That's why I didn't mention like the separation between the public security and the gangs and stuff. We'll see, we'll see.
Confirmed. We've fallen into a hollow. Let's get going. An ethereal. That was quick.
So the button guides at the bottom is giving me an idea, so I'm just pressing it based on that. Pretty cool. Is there a dodge button? No. So X gives you a dash. Oh my god, the controls feel super nice and snappy. I don't understand the nuances of control setup, but like this feels really nice. Like I can tell you when it feels different. Like I've had experiences where it's just not as nice. This feels really nice and reactive. Basic attacks generate energy, which is what you press when you press square. Enough energy, special attacks will be enhanced to EX special attacks. Woohoo! Oh, that's what the triangle button is for. Ooh, this is very satisfying. So if you just keep pressing the EX button over and over again, all you get is just like a hard hit. If you combo it as a finisher, it has a more satisfying like land to it, so it generally feels a little bit more satisfying when you're playing.
Good. Headset still works, and the recording function is normal. This is Anby Damara, a member of the odd job agency, the Cunning Hares. I accidentally fell into a companion hollow. I don't have a carrot or proxy support. Probability of getting lost in the hollow is at 96.4%. I will be making a voice log of my experience. Let it serve as evidence for future investigation in the case I am killed or turned into a monster by the ether.
So this is a pretty decent like role setting, right? Like in about approximately 4 to 5 lines, you know roughly what the hollow represents. Like the fall itself from the cutscene shows you like it's a unique area that doesn't look like it's a permanent structure, and then once people fall in like just a few voice lines from Anby here, you automatically know what is at stake, which is pretty nice.
Anby's hollow survival log number 1. From my surroundings, I can confirm this is the old Metro Junction area of the Cretan Hollow.
And not only that, you also automatically get a touch, like a sense of Anby's personality. Like you can see that she's sort of the meticulous, record-keeping, thoughtful, sort of almost analytical character, which becomes like if you're writing for a game, it's really handy to have these kind of characters because they become really good characters to sort of explain stuff to the player, because they sort of verbally do it anyway. Like they do it for themselves.
Metro Hollow's terrain is inherently complex. My chances of being rescued will be reduced by 37.8% if I don't consider my next step carefully. If anyone doubts the nature of the Hollow's spatial distortions, please use my recording as proof of their danger. Please don't enter a Hollow unless you are a professional investigator. Otherwise...
Sorry.
There you are, Anby! Great! I knew you'd be okay! Whoa! Hey! What's gotten into you? You almost cut me!
I've met another being of reason. He looks a lot like my colleague, Billy Kidd.
So here's the thing. I'm going to comment on this one in part because I kind of think I know what they were trying to go for. I've met another being of reason. I think the Chinese line would have been something along the lines of like, actually more like a creature of sentience. I feel that this is actually a translator error. Like as in, if you want a character like Anby, you would have like a more I know that this is a translator's call kind of thing, or translator's choice kind of thing, but you'd sometimes want characters to like literally use terms like that, like analytical characters using terms that sound a little bit more analytical. Being a reason is very like you're all, you know, like when you're trying to persuade people or trying to, like, you know, de-escalate something, or like, oh yeah, hey, we're all rational thinking adults or rational thinking beings and stuff like that. That's what you say. In these kind of cases, it feels like a line, more proper line would have been, I've met another sentient creature or another sentient being. Yeah, that kind of thing.
What are you talking about? It's me, Billy.
An investigator has previously encountered ethereals who can mimic human speech and behavior. The investigator rescued the ethereal pretending to be their teammate, but once they got out of the hollow, it revealed itself. The city made a huge sacrifice, but it was unable to defeat the monster. It was only thanks to a courageous investigator who gave his life to drive the monster back into the hollow that the danger was averted.
Come on, the ethereal would be done for the minute it left the hollow. Wait, isn't that the plot of that movie that was in theaters not long ago?
There was a long list of victims involved in the incident. I read all their names.
That's called a cast list!
Question: who would you most like to have dinner with?
Huh? Dinner? Of course. That'd be the big screen superheroes! The Starlight Knights!
Establish character behaviors and relationships in a very, very short amount of time. Nifty.
Wait! Put your blade down! I'll tell you!
It's missing a line. Abby either thinks that it seems that Abby either thinks that this is a lie, or is not convinced of Billy's response, in which because this is a cuts, like sort of a the end style response, you do need a line in between, otherwise you can't, like, you'd have to fill in the context, which feels kind of weird.
It's really the late night drama actress from Oh Sweetie, Monica.
Love the voice acting.
All clear. The individual has been confirmed as the real Billy Kid. Meeting Billy Kid increases my chances of survival by over 67.8%. I'm glad you're okay, Billy.
I like to emphasize that if you say stuff like by over a certain percentage, it's basically you're increasing it based on the original number, meaning that when she said that, oh, when I'm alone, my chances of getting lost or killed is like 90 something percent. When she says that she increases the survival chances of by like 67.8%, that 67.8% based off like the remainder 3% that what she's supposed to have, which means that right now her chances of survival is like 4 point something percent.
I told you I'm me.
But if you are you, then who is me?
It's been a while since we fell. Nicole must be trying to come up with a way to get us out from the outside. But will she be willing to pay for the help? You know how Nicole is.
Based on Nicole's tight-fisted spending habits, I'd say your original analysis is likely correct.
What was the secondary analysis? Like when you say original analysis, there's usually like there is usually a secondary analysis. Why am I so annoyed by this writing?
Damn. Now you've got me worried. Let's not get carried away. We have to work together to get through this.
I love the inflections the voice actors have added to the thing. This is actually, it helps a lot.
As usual,
Just worth saying.
front, and I'll provide fire support from behind.
Right.
Enemies' daze is displayed below their HP. Attacking enemies continues to build up daze, causing them to be stunned. That makes perfect sense. What else do you think is going to happen? Stunned enemies are able to move and sustain additional damage. Oh, awesome. Special attack trigger a chain attack upon hitting a stunned enemy. Ooh.
Which one?
god, I have no idea what I'm doing, but it's so satisfying. Gotta figure out how to... Like, I don't know how much of this is just style versus like there's actual substance in it. When your squad contains 2 or more agents, press... What's that? Oh, it's R1, alright.
My heart rests a little easier whenever you're around, Ambi.
Same for you.
Oh, it's a dash attack. Oh. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, I see what they did here. Okay, so basically the R1 and R2 auto-swap your characters in between during those key moments. For comparison actually, so like I was playing Wuthering Waves not too long ago and they basically have the same mechanic. The only huge difference is that Wuthering Waves prompts are not as obvious and not as stylistic as this one. So what happens is that it just feels confusing. This actually feels a lot more satisfying, and actually it's a lot simpler as well, by the way. It's just this point of reference. This is so satisfying. The characters and enemies, they generate decibels. Okay. Once your decibel rating is at maximum, press R2 to launch an ultimate. Alright. Nice. Holy shit, the stylization on this is just through the roof. It's insane.
Sorry, it's nothing personal. We're regular people. You're monsters. We're destined to be enemies. I'll aim for your weak spot. It won't hurt. Huh? Oh! I forgot to reload! Okay, buddy, wait a sec! Time out! Oh!
Stay focused.
Whoopsie daisy! Huh? Wait, who's that over there?
The strongbox is right at his feet.
You're right! Awesome! Saves us the hassle of searching for it. Slow down, Ambi. What are you gonna do?
Catch him, then recover the strongbox.
Just wait.
I never destroy it!
Yep, looks like ether corruption. This mutation is so intense. I don't think this guy has any ether aptitude at all.
Destroy!
So once again, major lore drop. Fantastic. Natural.
His consciousness is still holding on.
It's too late. Ether crystals are forming all over his body. He's already... It's the core! Damn it! He's almost completely mutated!
You've already said that there's nothing you can do about it. Why? Like, why does it matter?
tough one. Anby, get ready.
Roger that.
David, back at you. Golden pop appears. Press to your perfect assist. Ooh. Then launch and assist follow up. Ooh. Wow. This uses mid strength chain as can replenish. Perfect assist consumes assist point. Chain attacks can replenish assist points. Ooh.
Anby, I'll cover you.
It's got a sword for a hand. Watch out.
Its slashes also have a wide range. Not good.
Pinch your maneuver.
I'm not fast enough.
Standing by.
E-Ray. Starlight. Shot strike.
Confirmed.
I'm not used to this at all.
He's recovered? Is this ether activity still increasing?
Keep up the attack.
Nah, we don't have the firepower to fight for long.
Really, for a guy who acts the way he does, is pretty level-headed.
Bounce.
We're returning now to 14th Street, where an explosion occurred on one of the upper floors of a residential building, shortly after the appearance of a companion hollow. According to our sources, the explosion was set off by public security in their operation against the violent Red Fang gang. Public security took extreme measures, including the use of Air Force weaponry. The leader of the Red Fang gang is thought to have fallen into the hollow and is yet to be brought to justice. The head of public security has refused to comment. The bomb squad is on the way. Please, stay away from 14th Street. We'll continue to follow this breaking story.
Hey! Listen up! I was there when that explosion took place! This is an emergency! Billy, Anby, and the target of my commission have fallen into that hollow. I need a proxy's help now!
Hello, Nicole. It'd be nice of you to knock next time.
I feel like I hear of your urgent needs at least 3 times a month, Nicole.
You can make fun of me all you want after you help me deal with this crisis. Please, Legendary.
What trouble did you get yourself into this time?
The animation feels really nice. Ooh, yay, let's claim all.
Excuse me? Is there something I can do for you? Anything at all?
Wow. It's pretty nice. Wait. Okay, I guess let's claim. Yeah, I wanted to do a redemption code because there's actually a redemption code for this and it's been sent out by mail. So let me just do this real quick first. Because I wanna do it. Oh my god, what's going on? Okay, thank god it didn't show anything weird. Where the hell is the game screen? Oh wait, there it is. Oh god damn it. I hate this. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Yay! Alright, let's go. Claymore. Alright, awesome. Can I roll yet? I don't think I can roll. Let's see. There we go. Voice language. Let's do this. Yes. Because I think I will be a little bit more happy this way. This is strategy station. Oh, turns on a secondary window, which... So, this is one thing, right? For what it's worth, like, the guys at Hoyoverse have more or less, like, recognized that they kind of, like, need to provide third-party solutions. Like, sorry, I say third-party, but basically, they need to provide additional solutions to sort of, like, guides and stuff for, like, players to understand what's going on, because sometimes it's really just too much, and everyone has slightly different requirements for these kind of things. So because of all these kind of like separation requirements and stuff, like most of the time they make it so that, oh yeah, hey, we have it ready for you if you want it, but if you don't want to and you just want to play like silly billy, like a silly billy kind of thing, feel free to do so. Which is what I'm doing. 6th Street. Working on. Okay, let's go in there. These bunnies. What's this? Oh, nice nightlight. They really don't have to go this hard. Oh, what's this? Follow dive system. You know what time to do. Okay, let's do this first then. Special event.
我确认过了，店外没有可疑人士。
放心吧，我既没被跟踪，也没被盯梢，费尽力气才从14分街现场混出来，就我一人。
最好是这样。
哎呀，我知道，市政换届选举快到了，风声紧得很。尤其抓捕神将的力度又加强了，甚至开通了专门的热线，还有。
1 second here.
妮可，你这么急匆匆的上门，又被人追债啦？才没有被追债，是被治安局和离都频道那个暴怒记者给摆了一道。
So, the disparity between Chinese and English is always very amusing to me, and it's striking me pretty hard right now. I was mentioning about like how I was going to process this as a game designer, but as a game designer, honestly, there's a lot of things that Hoyoverse has clearly done to make the gameplay that they want to try and execute so much more polished and so much more satisfying to play through. I think like if you're interested in really seeing how much better it is, you sort of really should try out Withering Waves and compare it with this. Because I think they were trying to go for the same thing, but this is where Zenless Zone Zero, like Zone Zero, actually kind of really executed far better than what Withering Waves actually tried for. Writing wise, polish of the game, and even just the gameplay flow just feels so much better.
也就是说，比利和安比掉进了空洞里。 我要救他们出来，还得拿回委托人要的东西。事出紧急，只有你们能帮我了。
为什么不去空洞调查协会申请救援？
我暂时不想被协会的人盯上。要是被查到我们做了盗洞客的事，那就麻烦大了。而且要喂饱那些贪得无厌的家伙，赔上大半身家都不够。我总不能扔下我的员工不管吧？
扔下员工啊？其实听起来还挺像妮可的作风。
喂，不要血口喷人！我可是在营收里拨了好大一份用作员工意外救援预算呢。总而言之，我的要求很简单，把我的人和我委托人的东西从空洞里平安带出来。标准的升降生意，你们不接吗？法厄同，做完这一单，我就把之前的全部赊账一次交清。妮可，你的欠款可已经拖了好几个月了，利息你都不考虑的吗？啊，好吧好吧，我这次委托的报酬也给你们分红，这样总行了吧？
嗯，这样听起来还合理了一些。
很好，事不宜迟，赶紧出发吧！我先去空洞里等着。刚刚是不是有什么声音？你听错了。
妮可，你就别逞强了，先休息一会儿吧。待会儿工作的时候，还需要你帮忙运送 ES 到空洞附近。
哦，部署你的帮部分身是吧？没问题。
妹妹，你先帮妮可处理一下伤口吧，我去调试 HDD， 帮你做好潜入空洞的准备工作。那么，开始做生意吧。
Yay! Alright, so that's the main quest, I assume. New urgent commission detected. Target hollow location has been marked. Okay, so this is sort of a mission UI. They went really hard with this. So this has always been a weird one for me as a game designer, because I've always felt this kind of weird mixed when it comes to sort of UI management, especially for live service games, because at some point, if you have too many missions and like the sort of how to put this, you have too many different UIs and they're scattered across like different objects within the 3D space. Navigating between them can get a little annoying. This is the first impressions, obviously. So obviously, as I play along, this could be just like, oh yeah, no, this is just something that just happens here. It will eventually fade away, kind of thing. But you know, immediate concerns. Oh, there are difficulties, I think. Okay, I guess. Do I select one? Okay. So just press deploy, I guess. Deploying one's so weird.
Wait, 听得见吗，妮可？可以把 ES 放进去了。
OK， 好了，小家伙，去吧去吧。行了，你们家帮部已经出发了。
妹妹，可以开始吗？
Okay, so basically possession dolls. Got it.
神话的帮补。
难道你是法厄同？
已经听不见那个上级野孩的声音了。
太好了，我感觉脚上的液压感都要跑断了。
我提议现在适当休整一下，体温可以吗，神将？你们休息吧，我来占第一班岗。谢谢你，神。
刚才真是惊险，没想到赤牙帮的大叔会被异化成那么厉害的怪物啊！多亏店长你及时救场，带我们逃脱那里。真不愧是法厄同，一如既往的值得信赖。
再多夸几句，我说不定会给委托金打折哦。真的吗？
曼比，我觉得神将只是跟我们客气一下。
不过说起委托金，本以为法厄同的药价那么贵，你可会为了节省开支让我们自谋生路，没想到会真的把你们请来。如果不是神将你来了，我们恐怕无法逃离那个野孩的领地。感谢救援。
说到这个，最初和店长你们合作时，我就想问了，你们店里那台设备，不仅能让你和帮部感官同步，还能跟空洞内实时通讯。这么厉害的技术，就算是治安局和空洞调查协会也做不到哎。有这样的王牌，为什么不加入调查协会吃香的喝辣的？和我们这样的盗洞客合作，怎么想都是风险大于收益吧。
野孩的声音。
那这么快，我刚准备躺下哎。
必须撤离，或者比利你想永远躺在这里也行。明年我会把星辉骑士新做的腰带供在你的墓前。
不要用你的扑克脸讲这种话，我都不知道你是认真的还是开玩笑。
每次合作都能听脱口秀，挺好的。神将是因为这个原因才允许你可一直赊账的吗？
总觉得有点高兴不起来啊。不过先不说这些了，趁野孩追上来之前，我们快溜。
距离最近的出口位置已经找到，走右侧路径吧，妹妹。
店长，一路就拜托你了。
Right now, press to move around. Try R to adjust the camera. Use L2 and R to zoom in and out. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh.
让我测算一下前方的区域，稍等。还好，没有危险的野孩追来。向出口继续前进吧。
Interesting.
是空洞的观测数据，多多益善。
Throughout the hollows, you'll find crucial materials known as observation data. Each commission hollow contains 3 sets of observation data. Collecting these data sets increase the final rating of your commission and rewards for your additional polygons. Observational data. Oh, okay, I see it. Observational data will be saved once picked up. You don't need to pick it up again when exploring the same area. Okay, cool. What's the limitation for travel? There doesn't seem to be any major limitation for travel, so... Okay, then you have encounters. Interesting. Still not used to the parry effect that the game like try and pushes out. It's really worth it, but I'm really not used to it yet. Need to practice a little bit more, I guess.
这震动是？
神将，野还追上来了。
怎么办？要打吗？没事的，先跟我来这里。
Nice. Interesting mechanics.
这个铺轨器可以利用一下，循着轨道前行，效率更高。
Interesting.
正在扫描安全阀门数据。系统日志显示，开启阀门的条件是支付预设数额的齿轮硬币。
在空洞里还要求我们用钱开路，就算我答应，星辉骑士也不会答应。
So far, like one of the coolest things that they've tried to introduce is that this is a quick exploration technique, sort of like a quick exploration map that a lot of games do. You can see in Epic 7 as well, except that they've sort of done it more macro view and made it faster so that you don't necessarily have to see the transition in and out of a single chamber. I think this is actually pretty good in terms of like design wise, because when you do that whole transition of in and out of chambers, they tend to get repetitive after a while. It's fun the first few times, but after a while, unless you keep changing something new, you keep providing the player something new, the transition ends up being a little bit redundant. So I think what they have effectively said is that we know you're probably going to get bored, except for when the moments that matter. So they simplify it to remove the clutter and basically say, hey, you're going to move left to right, you're going to get like rewards every step of the way, or we're going to trigger micro stuff along the way. So you get a little bit of pings and a little bit of feedback every time along the way. That sort of gives you that sense of reward with every micro decision that you make. In the same way that these kind of reward senses gives, in the same way that a lot of these feedback gives you like a positive experience when you're playing casual games, like, oh yeah, I made a match tree kind of thing. And then in order to make sure that you don't get bored with it, they break the monotony by giving you something different to experience. Things like the buttons, things like the big events, and things like the encounters like these. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff they can elaborate into, they can extrapolate into. This is pretty good and nifty design for what it's worth. Like, remove the parts that do not service you as a game on the long run. Like the parts that don't matter, right? And then focus on the parts that do. The coolest part is that because they made the UIs as snappy and simple as that, it also makes it easier for them to just add modules as they want, because the only thing they really need to do is do an animation for the TV screen, and within the animation for the TV screen, my hands are doing a lot of gestures, by the way, that's off screen. Within the animation of the TV screen, you get the idea of what they want to try and execute, and like basically you don't have to do a lot of 3D modeling or feedback modeling or UI UX or even SFX, right, to sort of re-give you that same feeling. I'm not saying there's no work, mind you. There's a lot of work to put into to integrate, and there's a lot of stuff that comes into to show all these parts. Like this scene that we're seeing right now is an amazing polish, is an amazing representation or presentation of the experience. But having said that, like they once again went back into they basically removed the parts that didn't matter and created transitions where they could customize it in parts that matter, that did. They basically created these micro modules that said, oh, when these parts we need to change, we want to expand into, these are the parts that you are going to see more of, these are the parts that we can customize very, very well, that kind of thing. It's great.
检测到代理人比利高举配枪，正在用枪托猛砸向阀门的锁扣。检测到阀门打开，但代理人比利的手部外骨骼出现了部分损伤。
痛死我了！
Nice.
可以起鸡皮疙瘩。
比喻而已，比喻，还是专心对比喻吧。管上好。
敌人被击落了，小心啊！
该出场了。不用着急，言语有份。
Getting slowly the hang of it.
店长，接下来往哪边跑？
全速执行。
全速执行，了解。执行。可前面是墙啊，要撞破吗？是要撞破墙的意思吧？我现在的火力不太够啊。
不用担心，按照我妹妹说的做吧。
这个声音，哦。
哥哥，你真是的，不要突然用我的频道说话了。
抱歉，现在你的意识同步在邦布身上，只能用这种办法沟通了。比利、安比，能听见吗？总而言之，我妹妹刚才说的路线没有错。你们知道，空洞内的空间是无序混乱的，这意味着
生路看起来像死路，死路可能直通绝路。
安比，谢谢你宝贵的尝试。
总之，出去后逃离的路径也安排好了，相信我们吧，妹妹，可以切断感官同步了。
店里见，祝两位好运。没有声音了，它变成普通的邦布了。
为什么这种关键时刻要解除？
理智前进，冲击！
要撞上来，要撞上来，要撞上来！
以太的压迫感消失。
出来了。
耶！
时间和地点还真跟法儿童的家伙说的一模一样。喂，你们俩，快上车！
尼克老大。
Cool. So as an intro to the game, the pacing is pretty good. Pretty simple.
可不是时机刚好，
Makes pretty
我们
gorgeous.
已经等了很久了，已经够快了好吗？我可是一路油门到底，一路冲过了所有普通绿灯和R之为255的绿灯。哦，对了，我一路确认过，没有任何尾巴跟上来哦。
安比，R之为255的绿是什么样的？
和你的夹克一样。
妮可，我们已经把人救出来了。
等一下，事情我的委托可是把我的人。放心吧，妮可，我们记着呢。刚才只是和你开个玩笑啦，我就知道，法厄同做事最靠谱、最讲信用了。按照撤离前目击的情况，目标保险箱处在一个高怀斯塔学会的蚁骸图鉴登记名，杜拉罕是上级蚁骸个体。
没错，就是那个。赤牙帮的老大运气不太好，被烈性蚁态物质侵蚀，转变成了这种高危险的遗骸。我和安比试过硬抢保险箱，但那家伙实力不一般，
直到撤离前我们都没能夺回来。尼克老大，话说那个箱子里到底装的是什么？为了他我们这么拼命值得吗？
哼哼，马上就可以知道了。看看这个。
And that is from Nicole. The red fang seems like the insignia from a certain street gang, and judging by the exposed metal part, it's not just for decoration. I mean, I hate to say this, but USB? Really?
牙饰项链，送给我的吗？好开心啊！想什么呢？ 这是个小型存储装置，是白老的东西。我之前调查过，那个臭大叔一直把这数据盘揣在身上。哼，我相信一定和保险箱的密码有关。不过，
对哦
I'm speaking through some of this dialogue.
双交了。
法额童，你们能想想办法吗？用店里那台复杂的电脑。
HDD 的性能基本都用来处理空洞数据了，不过只是导出盘里内容的。妹妹，我或许可以借助神网的算力修复试试。
神网的是 ，sure not.
很好，那就这么说定了。我们会先设法调查保险箱在空洞里的位置，有线索后再找你们。在我联络你们进行回收行动之前，就随你们做自己的生意好了。啊，别忘了导出数据的事哦。
再见，店长。
再会。
Well, Nicole's really getting a bang for a buck. So far the controls have been really natural. Like, once again, maybe because I've been playing a lot more games more recently with my controller than anything else. The natural instinct to say, oh yeah, I'm gonna press this to interact stuff and things like that comes very naturally. If this is your first game you've ever picked up, I have some reservations, but nothing bad enough to say like I will not recommend this game to you. You know, like I think it's a perfectly fine enough game that this is fine for you to pick up if in your first game. Though I question whether the battles would be good for you. The timing's cool. I think there's a lot of burning in that space. Which, hey, if you have no problems with it, but like a little bit of a bumpy ride, it's pretty smooth. It's pretty easy. Just if it's your first game, that's the only part that I'm gonna be a bit. Also, one thing that they've tried to do, and this is irritating the crap out of me, is that they have the Xbox and PS controllers like flip-flopping on screen. Like you can see it on screen from time to time. Like they'll say A and then they'll change to X and stuff like that. It's really, really irritating. I really wish they'd stick to one. Yeah. Enter username. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Contains all kinds of information. Let's take a look at these posts. Oh, okay. So this is your mission. So your mission for. Oh, this is really irritating and confusing. Why did you have to use a Pinterest outline? Okay. In your internet levels here. Alright, cool. Claim to. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, cool. I'm gonna stop the stream once I get to the gacha stage. Just judging by this ID and the content, it seems like someone we know. If I'm not mistaken, the requester should be General Chop from Waterfall Soup. General Chop seems quite anxious. If that's the case, let's take on his commission. Consider it helping out a neighbor. You're too quick. You forgot to switch the account back to Pantheon. The one taking on the request is the new proxy named username. You might find it a bit suspicious. In that case, Belle, why don't you go see General Chop and explain the situation? You can ask more about the commission too. Alright. Oh, by the way, Susie from the Box Gallery, Galaxy Gadget Store just contacted us. She said she had something to ask us. When it was Susie or the Gadget Store owner who needs our help. Don't be checking on them. Awesome. Oh, god damn it. When can I gacha? Various information recording software, the Foxy handbook includes various tutorials and yeah, partner archive reviews information, Hollow Codex, view Hollow's events, and real intelligence reviews clues, items to the main story, and the database for enemies encountered in the Hollow. Alright, cool. So it's basically your generic that I want to gacha. How far do I have to get to the gacha? Oh god, this road looks so familiar. I think I stayed here in Japan. On the door, let's start the daily ritual scratch cards at the newsstand. It might just be a few annual newspaper subscription, but it's still a chance to win something nice. Oh, is it scratch cards? Is this how I gacha? Please tell me this is how I gacha. Oh, hi Doug. Aww. Fish ring out each day, and we get the current price too. Alright, cool. Wow, they... okay. Oh. Oh. That's it, I guess. Okay, that was... okay, that felt a little disappointing. Gen Chop. Sorry, but I can't take your order right now or all because of the Pegasus logistics. The ingredients I ordered haven't arrived yet. It's written out that I can trace on the order. Apparently they somehow sent everything into a hollow. It must be. The ingredients are no big deal, and I've just already brought replacements elsewhere. It's just, I hope nothing happens to that poor courier. I don't even know his name, but he is my regular guy, and I feel responsible for him. I've already posted a request on internet to find a truck. A proxy named username accepted the job earlier. The account is new though, so I'm not sure if it's reliable or not. Until I'm sure the driver is safe, the noodle shop won't be opening. I can't cook while I'm worried like this. Alright, sure. This one is Susie, right? Oops. Can't run faster. Oh, this is adorable. Here we go.
你好，欢迎光临。你来了，小玲，来的正好。老板交代我说有事情需要你帮忙。啊？是什么事啊？他说要原画传达，我准备说了哦。有新门路，能进到厉害的新玩具，你一定也会喜欢。如果你肯帮忙，应该很快就能在店里上架。大树荫模仿的真像。稍等，我还没说完。新门路的出入口被堵，我派去的帮手也没消息，帮我出面解决一下吧。以上，老板的原话我就说完了。原来如此，是玩具店的地下阴晴生意出了问题，新进的一批。虽然我不太清楚具体发生了什么，但好像出问题的那些，老板说事出突然。等等，搭载第4代同步传导装置的最新型引擎，释放的超声波能与各类以太武器的按照官方披露的数据，对武器的平均初始。安比，你怎么？嘘。苏西虽然在这里打工，但她不知道阴晴是一种战斗装备，不要在她面前大声说这个啦。什么超声
It's the latest line.
只是玩具发烧友之间的黑话啦。用这，原来如此。你们等一下，老板刚才发信息给我了，看来是遇到行家了。好玩具在你这样的人手里才能发挥价值。哇，没想到老板竟然要……谢谢。不过，虽说我的确想买新引擎，可就算我们狡兔屋3个人的账户有……既然这样，那我就做个人情好了。老板，真的吗？那等到对付那个上级遗憾。哦，听起来你们要去见其他引擎玩。
I'm skipping through a lot of dialogue. I really do want to get to the gacha site as quickly as possible. My hands are a little tired and it's getting a little late.
赠送的样品已经改装好。
New modified W engine. Added to the workbench, the gadget store owner gives you the latest W engine as reward for the commission. It was customized based on Anbi's weapon characteristics to enhance the power of his electrical output.
这个你喜欢就好，希望他……谢谢你。
Now that I have a new W engine, I'll try it out.
准备就绪。
There we go. There we can also enhance your W engine. Oh, great. Hey, select the enhancement. Add W engine battery to proceed with the enhancement. Check what an enhanced does. Proxy. After equipping an exclusive W engine, the agent can activate W engine switch. Once the W engine switch is turned on, the agent can freely utilize a unique experience in combat. Once the W engine switch is activated, it can be toggled on and off at will. Alright, cool. Basically, it's visual customization with effects. Let's just go there.
随时可以战斗。
Okay. Can I?
准备就绪。有事？不要看我！狡兔出手，万事无忧。
Can I? Not yet. Okay, still can't touch it yet, so... I want to gacha. Where's my gacha? And I also want to be able... Oh, there it is. There's our run button. So that's what X does here. Okay. So X is both the run and the interact button. How annoying. Okay. Agents with combat experience like the cunning hairs to handle ethereals and other dangers. As usual, you get in touch with trusted agents to accompany you. Okay, let's do this. Signal switches. Oh, gotcha. Here we come. This stable channel has special events for new citizens. Let's take a look at the events. All right, cool. After a certain number of signal switches, you can select an agent to obtain. Oh, this is basically the same mechanic that they had with Stario. Don't know what to expect, so I'm just gonna go with... Oh, here we are. Range agent can use nail gun and grenades in combat. You can alternate between skills to quickly accumulate normally build up. Ranged agent that controls two boo in combat. Bang boos in combat. You can use Drusilla to attack, which I assume Drusilla and Anastella, which I assume are the bang boos to attack and buff all squad members. So it's a buffer. Close combat agents that wield a hammer and wrench in combat. She can combine a basic attack with an EX special to quickly accumulate days. Wields dual blades in combat. She can use dodge counter to increase her damage. Agent that wields a in combat. Agent has a basic attack through various means increase. This feels like the ka-ching of the whole lot. I'm gonna avoid the fury. Alright, so let's try this. Oh, okay, so this one needs 8 for 10 signal switches. This one is another signal switcher. Oh, okay. Let's see the signal shop. The standard Genshin related stuff looks like they didn't do anything new. Yep, standard. Yep, standard. Okay, I don't think I have enough for this. Let's try. Oh yes, I don't have enough. Can I? Oh no, I don't have enough. I definitely don't have. Oh, but I do have enough. Oh, here. Okay, so I have enough here, so let's try this. Let's use it's so confusing. I'm so not used to the UI. Oh, all the screens are different stuff. So am I supposed to press something now? Oh, that's kind of cool. So you just pressing the button. as you go through all of them. It's quite cool. Okay, okay, I think I've got enough for one more batch. Let's see. And I'm just gonna end probably after this. Oh god, I don't. Yeah, I don't want to see this one. It's just a bunch of balls. But that does give me this. So this one should be. Oh, okay. At least they actually did that as a control. Oh, there we go. What is it? We need the same amount. Oh well. Anyways. I think I'm...
随时可以战斗。狡兔出。对不起。
one switches. L2 switches. Builds.
我有2把枪，双倍准头。
Or is what it is. This is the standard dailies that you will be able to find. The rest is let's see how that goes. Nuts. Oh. What's this? Oh, oh god. What's the button? What is that button? Why am I not pressing? Is it this one? Alright. Oh, there we go. Oh. How do I... Okay, circle is definitely not it. Uptown isn't working. Maps are not working. That's right. Oh, okay, it's not working. Screw it. One 300-458-987. Alright. Okay guys, I think that's it for me tonight. Just a quick thoughts on Zenless Zone Zero so far. I think for what it's worth, the Play versus like COGNOSPHERE's track record in developing and producing games is still very much intact, at least from where I stand. Since Genshin, the money that they've got seems to have been put into really, really good places, and they've got a pretty good solid team in developing like their stuff, like the guys behind developing what they're doing. They have a clear idea on what they've been trying to execute, and I don't think they've sort of dropped the ball on anything in particular so far. The only thing that I personally have a gripe on these, like right now still, is still this kind of weird, like sort of, I don't know whether I'm being oversensitive, to be honest, at some level, but it is some parts of it where it's these kind of like weird small moments of storytelling that the English just feels off, for lack of a better term. Like I watch a lot of American TV shows, and like there are things in the way the dialogue has been sort of set up that just doesn't feel right or organic, or like you're not quite sure why this specific choice of words were used as opposed to anything else. I don't inherently think that they are deal breakers per se. Like they're not great, but they're not enough for me to go like, oh yeah, I'm not playing this game because of it, you know? That's a case that is true for me when I was playing games like Tower of Fantasy or Wuthering Waves. I actually don't like Wuthering Waves because I've given it a try, and what happened was that the writing was very, very distracting. Tower of Fantasy ultimately always felt just like a cheap Genshin. Like it's like, you know, your Asian parents telling you, yeah, we have Genshin at home, Kennedy, you know. It's really funny because they're both Chinese companies, but it's just not great. Now you can make a case and argue that, oh, but Jared, are you trying to say like, oh, because Hoyoverse makes such great games, like no other one should give it an attempt or no one else should give it a try? No, by no means am I saying that. I am saying, however, though, that this is the bar that you have to sort of compete against. Keep in mind, this Zenless Zone Zero is a free game. Wuthering Waves is also a free game. The two of them are easily like approachable if you want to try out a game on your desktop or on your mobile or whatever platform that you want to try and play. And it's very inevitable that people are just going to compare. You as a player, you automatically compare. And when you do, you're suddenly going to find yourself realizing, oh wait, but the polish for this game is so much better, and I can't finish it. If you can, then that's a different conversation. If you can finish it and you're like, oh yeah, I have nothing else to play, but I want more of it, then yeah, Wuthering Waves kind of, like, as far as I'm concerned, Wuthering Waves exists to make you feel like, to make you really appreciate the polish that goes into what Zenless Zone Zero is actually putting on the table right now. I know it's not fair to say this. If I was on the team for Wuthering Waves, I would feel pretty bad about what I just, like, hearing anyone say what I just said. But that's, as a game developer as well, like, I feel sometimes you gotta be honest with yourself over where your game stands, and that's kind of what it is. You sort of have to recognize the strengths and weaknesses of your approach, and Wuthering Waves have some things going for it. It's in its own way, but I think, like, there is, like, I don't know whether it's because of the team that they have, or the amount of budget they have, or the amount of expertise that they put into it. Like, you know, like, the more the more powerful producers you have, they can get ideas out or produce things up to a quality that you want, kind of thing. Like, the polish just isn't as solid as what Hoyoverse has brought up with Zenless Zone Zero. Like, the first glance, I've been playing this for about an hour and a half so far. At first glance, Zenless Zone Zero is a Hoyoverse game. It's lived up to the standards that Stariel and Genshin, like Genshin Stariel has put up. I can't speak for the original Honkai, by the way, because I barely touched it. But yeah, having played all like Genshin, Stario, and now Zenless, Weverse has been pretty consistent about their standards when it comes to the games that they've been making and they've been producing. The money they've got from Genshin has clearly been put into good use. Put to good use, sorry. So yeah, so would I recommend you to give it a shot? Definitely. The controls, the few bits of controls and experience I've had with at least the tutorial feels snappy and fairly enjoyable. It's introducing... I wouldn't say it's introducing anything particularly new, to be honest, to be fair. And sorry, I just realized my camera just died. Please ignore that as I just wrap up the last of this. But yeah, oh wait, I'm gonna put in my charger for my phone, and I think my phone just died. Oops. Anyways, so yeah, so the yeah, my phone just died. Anyway, so the game does is very, very polished. It is very much a Hoyoverse game, and yeah, give it a try. I definitely think it's worth a try. The battle feels snappy, the controls feels responsive, and it feels really satisfying to get your timings right. You can complain. I feel like there was a lot of complaints at some level, and for what it's worth, somewhat justified about plagiarism in Hoyoverse's initial execution for Genshin and all that kind of stuff. But since then, I think year after year or release after release, they've sort of tried to prove themselves that they're really out here to try and make something that's original, that's new, that's good, you know? And whatever gripes you have over the initial Genshin release, while I do feel it's highly justifiable, I do, and this once again might be just me speaking, I do feel that they deserve a little bit of slack, given that they've sort of gave back what they've earned with Genshin back into not only the industry, creating jobs and all that kind of stuff, creating new projects, and not just sitting on their laurels and all that kind of stuff, but also to the community by and large, including investing in weird clean energy projects. I know that's nothing to do with the game, but the fact that they bothered is what I'm actually getting at, you know? Yeah. So, having said all that, do try out... I do think Zenless Zone Zero is definitely worth a try. It's a free game after all. If you have the system to run it, give it a try. I really don't think you'd be disappointed, because I'm not the best action gamer out there, and even I'm catching the beats and I'm catching the cues for the game, and it genuinely and solidly feels pretty good. So yeah, so I don't think anyone would have a real problem with it, unless for some reason you've never played a game in your life so far, and this is sort of the first game you've ever played. Then yeah, there's going to be some weird bumps, learning, bumps in your learning, because some of those, some of the odder learning stuff that other games are going to teach you, things like, for example, oh, press X to interact and stuff like that, right? Are not really well presented in this game. I'm only getting by because I've played other games before, and if you're not a total dickwad like me, sometimes I'm really sensitive about how games communicate with you. So if you're fine with games just dropping the ball in these kind of spaces and oh yeah, sure, it's fine, I'll use some instinct and muck my way around to figure out how I can interact with the game, yeah, you should be fine. You shouldn't have a problem with Zenless Zone Zero, unless you can't stand real-time action games. If you can't stand real-time action games, this is just not a game for you, I suppose. This is absolutely not a game for you. You know? Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's more or less it. I hope that gives you some idea on what my thoughts are on Zenless Zone Zero. As I was saying this earlier as well, please do not expect me to stream this game often. I'm probably going to stream Hades more often than I'm going to stream this one. In a large part because I've tried streaming Genshin a long time ago. I don't like chasing the releases. Like, I don't like timing my streams to the release of the game, because like, the fact is that if I don't play at the same time the release comes out, then like, I feel like there's so many people have just like played through, and there's just really sometimes nothing much I can add to the whole thing. And then there are so many times that I feel like I can like, I feel like, and then like when I don't want to, I feel like because I was streaming the game, I would feel pressured to actually stream the updates and stuff like that. So I'll end up like forcing myself to try and sneak away, like sneak time to do it, and it always made me super uncomfortable in the end. So I'm not gonna do that. It's just sort of a lesson for me. Like, I'm just not gonna do that at all. Streaming today is sort of an exception, because I did sort of feel like I do want to record my first impressions. I wasn't expecting. I was doing the stream not with the expectation that anyone would be able to catch it. That's also kind of why, like, I just like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna do it, you know, like a ninja announcement kind of thing. Yeah, but it has everything to do with me just wanting to capture my first impressions as much as I can. I'll be happy to revisit how I feel about this game a year from now, provided that I'm even playing a year from now. Stario, I've been playing over a year. Genshin survived, I think about 2 years plus. I've stopped playing Genshin more recently, because I've lost a lot of momentum, and it's been a very weird relationship between me and Genshin. Yeah, so Genshin's Stario's survived a lot better, and I don't know how Zenless Zone Zero is going to do. Let's see how it goes. There's lots to explore, and it is and I don't know how PvP is going to be like PvP or like co-op is going to be like, and I'm very curious about that too, because it looks like there is some quite a bit of potential for that, and maybe it'll be something to look forward to. So yeah, so that's it for now for me tonight. Thank you guys everyone for dropping by. For those of you guys who've been watching since the beginning, once again, thank you very, very much. My laptop is overheating. I feel things are about to melt. So that's it for me tonight. Sorry once again for my camera dying completely. I'll see you guys again soon. Tomorrow night, do drop by. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing, let's see again, it'll be another chat. And we'll be tomorrow night, Sarah will be joining me. She's an organizer for a long-time college event in Malaysia called C2H. It's going to be another blip in the timeline of events in Malaysia, like basically how the industry has grown to the way it is. So do join me if you're at all curious about how that goes. Thank you guys very much for dropping by. I hope you guys have a great week ahead of you guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Good night, guys. Thank you.